Day 9 of Advent of Cyber. Let's get into the storyline and see what's happening in the Wayville city. With time between Easter and Christmas being destabilized, the once quiet systems of the Best Festival Company began showing traces of encrypted data buried deep within their servers. Sir Carrotban stumbled upon a series of locked PDF and zip files labeled North Pole Asset List. Rumors spread that these could contain fragments of Santa's mystery gift registry, critical information that could help Malhare control the festive balance between both the worlds. Sir Caravan set out to crack the encryption, learn how weak passwords can expose even most guarded secrets. Can the elves adapt fast and prevent their secrets from being discovered? So today's learning objectives are how password-based encryption protects files such as PDFs and zip archives, why weak passwords make encrypted files vulnerable, how attackers use dictionary and brute force attacks to recover passwords, a hands-on exercise cracking password of an encrypted file to reveal its content, the importance of using strong, complex passwords to defend against these attacks. A simple points to remember. The strength of protection depends almost entirely on the password. Short or common passwords can be guessed. Long random passwords are far harder to break. Different file formats use different algorithms and key derivation methods. For example, PDF encryption and zip encryption differ in details. How the key is derived, salts used, number of hash iterations, that affects how easy or hard cracking is. Many consumer tools still support legacy or weak modes, partially older zip encryption, that makes some encrypted archives much easier to attack than modern, well implemented schemes. Encryption protects data confidentiality only. It does not prevent someone with access to the encrypted file from trying to guess the password offline. To make it's simple. Encryption makes the contents unreadable unless the correct password is known. If the password is weak, an attacker can simply try likely passwords until one works. So there are connecting machines description given here. I've already turned the machine on, so we can go to the next part of this room here. How attackers recover weak passwords. Attackers don't usually try to break the encryption itself because that would take far too long with the modern cryptography. Instead, they focus on guessing the password that protects the file. The two most common ways of doing these are dictionary attacks and brute force or mask attacks. Dictionary attacks. In a dictionary attack, the attacker uses predefined list of potential passwords known as word list and tests each one until the correct password is found. These word lists often contain locked passwords from previous breaches, common substitution like password 123, predictable combinations of names and dates, and other patterns that people frequently use. Because many users choose weak or common passwords, dictionary attacks are usually fast and highly effective. Mask attacks. Brute force and mask attacks go one step further. A brute force attack systematically tries every possible combination of characters until it finds the right one. While this guarantees success eventually, the time it takes to grow exponentially with the length and complexity of the password. Mask attacks aims to reduce that time by limiting guesses to specific format. For example, trying all combination of three lowercase letters followed by two digits. By narrowing the search space, mask attack strikes a balance between speed and thoroughness, especially when the attacker has some idea of how password might be structured. Partial tips attackers use and defenders should know about. Start with a word list, fast wins. Common lists are like rocku.txt, common password.txt. If the word list fails, move to targeted word list, company name, project names, or data from the target. If that fails, try mask or incremental attack that on short passwords. That is like three lowercase letters plus two digits, which is used as a password mask formatted by password cracking tools. Use GPU accelerated cracking when possible. It dramatically speeds up the attack for some algorithms. Keep an eye on resource use. Cracking is CPU or GPU intensive. That behavior can be detected on monitored endpoints. Exercise. You will find the files for the section in the desktop directory of the machine. Switch to it by running cd desktop in your terminal. And we can straight away see that right here. It says PDF and zip zip, sorry, flag.zip and flag.pdf. Let's open the terminal here and let's move into the desktop directory. Pressing ls, we see multiple files, but the ones that we are interested are on the flag.pdf and flag.zip. There's also a folder called John. Maybe I guess that's related to John the Ripper. Uh, Maybe yes. That's the binary file which was used for installing John, I guess. And it says made terminal.desktop. I don't know what that is. Now let's go here. Confirm the file type. Use the file command or open the file with the hex viewer. This helps pick the right tool. If you run the command file, I'm using the star symbol, which is going to print out the type of file which is present in this directory, all the files. So let's press enter. It says flag.pdf is a PDF document version 1.7 and it has one page in it. Flag.zip, zip archive data at least version 0.2.0 to extract compression method AES encrypted. Then John is a directory and this is some ASCII executable file. If it's a PDF, proceed with PDF tool. If it's a zip, proceed with a zip tool. My question is, can't I just open this? Like I'll open up browser and pwd. Let me also copy this location. Can't I just open this PDF? Oh, it is asking for password. Okay, that's fine then. I don't need to open all these browsers. I just wanted to see if I can read that file. The tool to use, pick one based on the file type. For PDF, we have PDF crack or John, which is John the Ripper, through PDF to John, and zip crack, F crack zip, or John again, zip to John. General John, very flexible, and hashcat GPU acceleration, more advanced. So, okay, so we can use any of the tool. Let's use John because that is a little fun to use. Try a dictionary attack first, fast, often successful. Example PDF with PDF crack and rocky.txt. Okay, so they are using rocky.txt and PDF crack as a tool. Let's do the same thing, I guess, then. Uh, okay, let's do the same thing. Let's use PDF crack itself. So PDF crack, and the way how this tool works is we need to pass in the file which we want to actually decrypt, or which is our target file, which password that we want to identify. So I use the option as F. Before that, let's open up the help command and list out what happened. PDF crack help, and we see the options that is there. So we need to pass in the F, the file name, the basically the file which we want to crack, and other switches that we can use. Now, since we want to also pass in word list, we can use the -w as the parameter to pass in the word list. Let's run this command as PDF crack, if I can spell that right, F, and the PDF file. So it's flag.pdf. Then we pass in the word list. Now it says the word list is in user share word list rocky.txt. Let's go there itself. User share word list rocky.txt, and let's press enter. Now what this is doing is that it's taking, now rocky.txt has a huge list of passwords. I can print that out. Cat slash my directory tools fuzzing list rocky.txt, and see it has nearly 14 million, I guess 14 million sets of passwords which we can try to brute force or do some dictionary attacks on them. Now let's look at the word count of it. WC tools, then fuzzing. Now this is in my custom location, so if you generally want to find it in Kali Linux, I guess it's in cd user share wordless, and there's some zip file called rocky.txt, so you can extract this and then use that. Now I have already extracted it and put it into a different folder here. Okay, now word count, no, I wanted it WC, not MC. Yeah, it is I'll represent it in Indian terms, which is This is thousand. This is lakh. It has 1 crore 43 lakhs and 44,392 words, or that much lines. I forgot the way how it's going to describe. It's something. It's around that huge number of list. I'm sorry, I forgot. Is it lines or words which is being represented in the first column? Okay. Anyway, so let's get back to this. And yeah, using this word, it's going to try each of these passwords which is present inside a rocky.txt and try if that password is accepted by the flag.pdf, and some passwords, if that if that clicks in, it's going to print that output saying that yeah, the PDF can be accessed now or can be seen. Now it all happens in the background. We just need to focus on passing in the file and get the password word list passed to it, and that's going to crack the things. And we can see it has cracked it here. Found user password. It says naughty list. That's okay. Now let's copy that. Now again, this has just found the password to us. It did not crack open this encrypted file. So we need to paste that as the password and remember password until you log out, or remember forever. Let it remember forever, and then click on unlock document. And the application wants to create a new key string called as choose. Let me click on cancel. Yeah. So we get the flag there. Let's copy that. Let's copy that from the clipboard again. Then replace everything here and paste it there, because that's there in the bottom. We can paste that in later. So that's a postponed event. Now let me minimize this window there and go with the next example. Using John, create a hash that John can understand. Okay, now this is for the zip file. Let's run the similar command for the zip file using John there. Now for John, we need to use multiple steps. That is, one is that, okay, why am I not able to get the terminal view? Okay, whatever. Let me open this once again. Oh, it's right here. Then let me close this and come on. That's bothering. Anyway, so seriously, it's only when I, okay, whatever. So let's go to the desktop folder here. That did not say, okay. Now we see zip flag.zip file to be present there. Now for John, we need to have multiple steps. First is we need to convert the file into a hash, which John can later crack it into. So we say file or zip to John, and then we pass in the flag.zip file that we want to get the hash of. Then we can save it as a zip.hash, and that's going to save the contents inside it. So we can print out using the command cat and then say zip.hash that contains the zip file name, and as how it requires to crack it, all those format is going to be present there. Once that's done, what we can do is we can run the command John, pass in the word list. Again, we'll use the rocky.txt itself. The user share word list rocky.txt, and we'll pass in our hash which we want to crack. So zip.hash, press enter. That's going to start, and it is looking for the format. Okay, I had some spelling error in the top of the command. So yeah, it's supposed to be word list is equal to /user /word list rocky.txt zip.hash, basically passing in the word list, then the zip file that we want to crack, and we see the password to be right there. So it has cracked for the password. Let's copy the password, and let's where shall we go? I'm not able to. Yeah, let's go to the desktop. Let's close all these things. Now try to open this, and it says it's encrypted. So let's click on extract. How do we extract? Extract here. It's going to ask for the password. Paste the password in. Click on OK, and it has extracted it. We see zip.hash, and no, not the zip.hash. I'm sorry. We're supposed to open this flag.txt. It did not come out. Why is that? Oh no, it's behind here. It's flag.txt, and we get the flag for this zip file too. Let's copy that into our text editor there. And let's continue reading through this page. Detection of indicators and telemetry. Offline cracking does not hit login services, so lockouts and fail logon dashboards stay quiet. We can detect the work where it runs on endpoints and jumps boxes. The important signals to monitor include process creation. Password cracking has a small set of well known binaries and command patterns that we can look out for. A mix of process events, file activities, GPU signals, and network touches try to tooling and word list. Our goal is to make the activity obvious without drowning in noise. Binary and alliance. John, hashcat, fcrack, zip, pdf crack, and all these files invoking pdf to john.pl. Okay, so these are all the binaries which I used. And command line traits are those things. And the profiles, port files, and states. Okay, so yeah, those are the examples of the things which they have given. It's worth noting that on Windows system event ID 1 captures process recreation with full command line properties, while on Linux, audit D and exif or EDR sensors capture binaries and arguments. GPU and resource artifacts. GPU cracking is loud. Sudden high utilization on host can be picked up and would need to be investigated. NVIDIA SIM shows long running processes named Hashcat or John. High steady GPU utilization and power draw while the fan curve spikes. Library loads NVIDIA.dll, OpenCL.dll, Lubica.so, AMD OCL 64.dll. So these are the libraries which are loaded up when a GPU is trying to be used at a high performance rate. Like in our case, it's trying to crack for some passwords. Network hints. Light but useful. Offline cracking does not need the network once word lists are present. Yet most operators fetch the list of tools first. Download of large text files named rocky.txt or git clones of popular word list repos. Package installs, for example, apd install john and hashcat. Detect by EDR package telemetry. Tool updates and drive fetches for GPU runtimes. Unusual file reads. Repeated reads of files such as word list or encrypted files would need analysis. Detection. Below are some examples of detection rules and hunting queries we can put to use across various environments. So for sysmon logs, we can filter it using options of john.exe in program files, or we can even set it for hashcat, or command line utilities like pdf to john or zip to john as commands in running. In Linux audit rules, we can set and check for anything which is using rocky.txt as the directory, or even to see if there's any execution of john or hashcat running in the background. So Sysman style rule Windows process creates for cracking tools. Yeah, again, this is how we can filter out the contents and put a rule setting that any of these are, if they're identified or not. But like for example, images of john.exe, hashcat or fcrack or anything which has all these parameters in it, and especially commands like wordless, rocky.txt, zip to john, and basic command lines which you would use as an attacker to pass in some parameters. Now, response playbook. As security analysts in Wavell, it is important to have playbook to follow when such incidents occurs. The immediate action to take are isolate the host if malicious activity is detected. If it is a lab, tag and suppress. Capture tri-age artifacts such as process list, process memory dump, NVDA SMI, sample output, open files, and encrypted files. Preserve the working directory, word list, hash files, and shell history. Review which files were decrypted. Search for follow on access, lateral movement, or exfiltration. Identify the origin and intent of the activity. Was this authorized? If no, escalate to the IR team. That is incidents response team, right? Yeah. Remediate the activity, rotate the artifact encrypted keys and passwords, and enforce multi-factor authentication for accounts. Close with education and correct placement of tools into proved sandboxes. That's good. Now let's go towards submitting the found flags from the challenge. I hope I copy the right flag. Click on check. Then we'll take the next flag. Oh no. Okay, we'll copy this one and pass it here. Okay, that did it. Then let's copy this one. Then replace that. Okay, that's good. Now, for those who want another challenge, we have a look around the VM to get access to the side quest 2. Access through the side quest hub. Okay, let's skip that for now. I'll start a different series of the side quest of Advent of Cyber 2025. If you enjoyed this task, feel free to check out password attack rooms. Okay, let's click on check. And with that, we have finished the day 9 of Advent of Cyber with the password cracking room. So now it's about the day 10 of Advent of Cyber. I'm excited for it. So till then, meet you all on that. So till then, stay happy, stay smiling. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you on the Advent of Cyber day 10. Bye bye.